Hello friends, and welcome again to the channel for another video for One Man Punch World. And this time I'm gonna do the tier list, and this is a very good tier list actually if you want to look at it, because I'm gonna be explaining a lot of things that you didn't understand or things that you want to understand. There is no single unit that is bad. Every single unit you can use it and it can be good, but there's units that perform even better, or there's units that are simpler to use and not that complex. So I'm gonna be putting the tier list here for the units that are a little bit hard or easy, and how to use them and what they synergize with what on your lineup. And I'm gonna tell you a lot of things that you will need to understand here. There's one character that shines among every other character in the game because it's simple, easy to use, which is Sonic. Now Sonic is the best character so far in the game, as if you wanna turn off your brain, just smash buttons, hit the enemy, deal the high damage. He does the highest DPS, not only in a single target damage, but high DPS as in his combos. He's non-stop, super fast, does a lot of damage. He goes into transformations and he can go and dodge. He dodges a lot, and he's just an incredible unit. You can just shut off your brain. So there's two types or three types of people that like to play the game. One is like me. Give me the hardest unit that nobody can play and it's an abomination to everybody else. Everybody hates it, and put it on the lowest ranks, and I'll play it because I love skill challenges. I love challenges. I'm a competitive player, and I love these things that I play it, and oh, it shows how smart I am, something like that, because I cope with myself. If you don't want to play like this, there's another way to play it, which is playing a strategy lineup, which is most of the player base are like that. Oh, something that synergizes with this nice lineup, doesn't give me a hard time. Yeah, I can play with some skills and combos if it's the best option. And there's the last type, which is the lazy type. Pay everything and smash buttons, just auto click, or even if there's an auto option, click auto, watch the gameplay on its own. This is how they love to play. If you're any type of these people or these players, Sonic is the one for you to go, because he's easy to play. You can mash buttons, or you can use his skill to synergize with his dodge ability. Now, the second best character in the game so far, which is the free-to-play. Yeah, the free-to-play Genos that they give you, the SSR free-to-play Genos. Why is he that good? He's a nuker. He's a damage dealer with easy. His skills are easy. Just accumulate points, go into transform, into range, and just hit your enemy. You can dodge with some skills, like with his second skill, you can dodge if you want and kick, or his first skill, kick behind the enemy, stuff like that. A really easy unit to use. All you need to do is mash your buttons and your skills, and that's it. And you can dodge with his first skill if you accumulate the points and get your energy up. Now, let's go to the S rank and Zombie Man. Zombie Man is a little bit hard to play. His skills need a little bit of focus, so you understand. So he plays up around his HP. He's a melee with an axe and gun, and then he goes with double guns, which is an absolutely crazy unit. And I'll be talking about this. So he transfers his HP into another set of HP. So he loses the HP, but he doesn't lose it. It's called False Blood. And his False Blood is like he reserves his HP, and when you transform him into two dual guns, he will start accumulating his HP and healing back up a little bit by little bit. And if he gets healed in the battlefield, he prioritizes his normal HP, then the False Blood afterwards. So keep that in mind. You need to play him that way. He's really a good damage dealer, high DPS as well. No SSR character will be dropping below S rank except one. I'll be explaining why. And it's not because it's bad. It's because it's one of the most annoying units to play, or the hardest unit to play, unless you are a very skilled, talented person and you have the time to put the energy and your mind into the game to play that unit. I'll be explaining what it is. I had the worst time playing it, and then slowly I understood it, and it was like flawless for me. If you're used to something, you're not gonna have problems. Now, let's talk about Silverfang. Silverfang is one of the best damage dealer in the game. The problem with him, he has a problem. Why I didn't put him in SS? He's not that hard. The problem is he's slow. So it's like his attacks are slow. You need to not get interrupted when you're doing his second skill and his first skill. That's all. You need to time it perfectly, not get interrupted, and that's it. Other than that, very good unit. High damage burst. One of the most impressive skills that in the game that we have, because he deals almost half of the ultimate damage with his third skill, which is absolutely crazy. Prisoner Puri Puri. He's the best tank in the game so far. We don't have except 2 tanks, him and Saitama, okay? The jobless Saitama. So, pretty amazing. He can go immune to damage when he does his dodge, and he goes to angel form, which is absolutely crazy. One of the best tanks in the game, or the best tank in the game, you could say. Really good damage. Not that hard to understand. He doesn't deal as damage as the carries, but he deals decent damage for a tank, which is absolutely crazy. Blizzard. Blizzard is one of these carries that is really good and transforms into 2 forms. And the thing is, it's a little bit harder than usual units that you can play and not. So if you want to play something even less hard than her, you can just keep playing Genos, Cyborg Genos, and that will be absolutely crazy. Or Genos, the SSR, the free one to give us. It will be easier for you. She transforms into 2 skills. She dodge a little bit and deal a lot of damage. You need to keep in mind, every dodge that you dodge, if there's a skill that capitalizes on counterattack, you need to keep it in mind, because if you dodge, you can counterattack and deal more damage. If you use a spell that blocks, you'll deal more damage. So high defense, high dodge with a good timing will help you a lot. Now, Dreamworld Saitama. Why is he in S? Now, he can be in SS, he can be less, but the thing is, you need to time him perfectly with his dodging mechanics. And whatever, from here now on, I will tell you why I put units in high. I didn't put him down here. Probably he deals less damage than Sonic, less damage than Genos, less damage than Zombie Man, less damage than Silverfang. But the thing is about him that he can interrupt. And there's some stages or some chapters in the story when you want to clear it, you cannot finish it without, or get the 3 stars or the 6 stars without stunning on interrupting, because it's one of the options. He can interrupt because he block then interrupt, or he knocks out the enemy back when they're dealing their skill. So they are in the middle of their skill, he can interrupt them, which is an absolutely good thing. I didn't test him. I tested every single unit. Me personally, I couldn't test him. I didn't have the time to test him perfectly. I just went and read his skills, and I made a test run against the dummy with him, and that's it. I didn't test him versus bosses or versus stages, to be honest. So I will not give you the best verdict on his damage, because the damage stats on the charts, all of them did high damage more than him. Even Blizzard did more damage than him. Blizzard actually does more damage than even Zombie Man at some stages of the game when you get her to 2nd copy, I think. So Saitama, really important for interruptions. Now, let's talk about Metal Knight. Metal Knight is controversial. He's not bad. He's one of the best damage dealers in the game. He's broken. He's OP. The problem with him, he's one of the worst units for you to get used to. He's hard AF to use. Very, very hard. Requires a lot of skill. If you're not a skillful player, or you don't have the time for it. I'm a skillful player. I consider myself skillful. I will never play him. If I have him, I will put him on my roster because he deals a lot of damage. Even me manualing other units, if he's on my team up, he will deal more damage than me. This is how much damage he does. The AI even deals more damage than him. On auto, he deals even more damage. On auto, I would play him. But me, to put a lot of thoughts of like not missing the attack, especially the one that you need to aim it, and going in and out and doing his skills, absolutely nightmare. He's one of the hardest characters to master. If you master him, you are the best players in the world. You are so smart if you could master him. He's one of the highest damage. I think he out-damage everybody. He's the same damage as Genos and Sonic. I think even if not more than them, more than these guys. But he's hard. That's it. He's so hard. The best character, best SR damage dealer as a DPS and the most high single target DPS in the game is Snake. Now Snake, oh my god, this character, he's the best SR character in the game for DPS so far. He deals insane damage, plus he has a single target damage that will almost, I think it's almost 2000% of attack. It's the highest damage dealing attack in the game for an SR character, plus his DPS is absolutely impossible. The way he does the DPS, attack after attack, attack after attack, non-stop. He's the best character so far. On my account, I don't have him, sadly. I have other characters, but if I get him, oh my god, I will play him instead of any SSR that I would get in the future. Of course, we all have Genos, so we're playing him, but I am really hyped to get him and test him out. Really, on my account, I tested him out fully on my account because I enjoyed the gameplay for him, and he deals a lot of damage. He's like, why is he an SR? He should be an SSR character, so I can put him here, actually. Lily. Everybody hates Lily. I don't know why. I've seen the Reddit, I've seen the post on Facebook. It's the first female character that everybody hates. Why? I don't know. In tier list, they put her in C and F. She's a crazy DPS. She's the most stable DPS with the easiest functions. She has 2 dodges. One of the dodge that she can do, she will dish damage as well, which is really perfect. She transforms into 2 forms, which is absolutely nice. One of the best characters in the game. In my opinion, I wish they made her SSR so she can gain more stats. She's an absolutely underrated unit. The second highest DPS SR unit in the game, which is Mustachio. Mustachio has the second highest DPS as an SR character in the game after Snake, and he deals a lot of damage. The thing about him, why he's not better than Snake, is that you need to hold him until he hits the attacks, and that's it. You need to hold his attack and deal so much damage. Absolutely crazy unit. Very good, actually. He can dodge. With his dodge, he goes immune, so you can't interrupt him or deal damage to him. He can dodge, attack, go behind the enemy. Absolutely crazy unit. Actually, one of the best DPS, actually. On par, same on him, same level, is Stinger. Stinger, one of the good SR characters to deal damage. Absolutely insane damage. He goes to another form, which is absolutely crazy. He accumulates a lot of energy, and he will answer. These characters here in the A rank, the SR ones, are constantly doing damage non-stop. Your DPS will not go low, will not go super high as the SR characters, except if you're playing Snake. Snake will outshine SSR characters, actually. These are crazy units. Keep them in mind. There's no wrong building any of them. I would not recommend Mustachio. He's a little bit hard to build, actually, or hard to master, since you need to hold, and sometimes you get interrupted unless you press the dodge and the right timing. He's a little bit harder than the others. The easiest characters here to play is Lily. I think, in my opinion, Lily is one of the best characters in the game. And personally, she's my main carry. I even not playing Genos. I'm playing Lily because this is how much I love her. But I'll be playing Genos because the power level and the SSR gets a lot of boost. One thing about Genos I want to mention before I forget, his second skill when you transform into range. Some people told me that they are missing their attacks. You will not miss your attack because you can click on your keyboard left and right while you're using the second skill to aim to the boss or the enemy if they moved. Or if you're playing on your phone, you can tap left and right and you can aim on the enemy while you're doing this attack, so you can follow the enemy. So keep that in mind. Don't forget that about Genos. Now, let's talk about the B ranks, and I'll be explaining why I put them here. Now, in the B rank, we have the other Genos, the SR version of Genos. He's not bad. He deals a lot of damage. He's a range attack. He's just another dead brain. If you're just hitting your phone, really easy to master. Doesn't deal as much damage as these characters in the top. Now, of course, if you want to play him as main and put them in the team, you will say that he will deal the most damage out of them. But if you're playing them and putting him in the team, he will be dealing the less damage out of them on the team. So keep that in mind. He's a good damage dealer, solid as a starter, but you can always replace him with somebody else. Now, as always, I say Lightning is one of the good damage dealer in the game. He's really fast. He's another unit that is very underrated, and I put him in the B rank, also underrated. I should put him in the A, but because these characters are better than him in everything they do, I will put him lower here. Now, keep in mind, I'm telling you, and I will remind you, what I put in the tier list as B and C and A are not less important than one in the SS or S. All of these units have their specific things to do, but you have better options with the other units. So keep that in mind. If you have him, you don't need to build anybody else as if he's your carry, and if you don't have these. But because we have Lily, and Lily is dealing more damage than him, you can main Lily and put him on the lineup. That's what I do. And I never played Genos. I played Genos, but I never mained him because we have the SR version of Genos. Plus we have Lily. Plus you're gonna unlock somebody else like Mustachio. I unlocked him. I'm using Mustachio over him, which is absolutely crazy. Now, Lightning is the same way, so keep that in mind. Saitama. Everybody puts Saitama in C or F. He's actually a high A, low B. Why? I will put him in A. Let me put him in B because some people will cry, how you put the character like him? No. Saitama is really good. What's about his his skills. He's a tank. He can defend. He can mitigate damage. But the problem that everybody were talking about, that he doesn't deal that much damage. Absolutely true. He doesn't deal that much damage. Why is he so important for your progress? He can knock, he can interrupt, he can stun. This is what's the thing about him. When you dodge, after the dodge and you do your attack, you can interrupt your enemy. And I told you, I 6-starred levels, and many players told me, I can't interrupt. How do you interrupt? There's some ways of interruption, either with units or with heroes like this, or if you break them at the same time when they are in their character doing the skills. If your enemy is doing the skill and you're lucky enough to break them while there, which is very hard and it needs a lot of RNG. Like you can do at least 100 tries to make it work, or you can pursue after the break when they go off the break and try to do the attack the enemy. You can pursue them and then you can stun them or interrupt them or break them again, which is also hard to do. The easiest thing to do is to dodge with his dodge. You dodge, then pursue. When you pursue it after the dodge, you're gonna interrupt them, and that's it. You get the 6-star on the stage. Easy peasy, takes you a minute and you can continue your life normally. This is how important he is. They didn't give us Saitama, Jobless Saitama, for no reason. They gave us him because they knew that we will have issues, and we are so much into not reading skills and depending on luck and smashing our fingers on the phone or on the keyboard to bypass levels, which they were right with. And this is why they gave us Saitama, so we can read his skill and understand that he can interrupt, so we can understand he can knock back with his dodge. So keep that in mind. He's the most important, crucial unit in all of the SR units that you have for progression, okay? Especially if you're free to play and you can't afford to get somebody that interrupt like Saitama. Like I think Puri also interrupts, or other units in the SR category, which I forgot, but I will mention them in a different video. Now, Iron, really good, solid unit in everything. He's solid, he's okay, his damage is fine, a little bit defensive. He doesn't deal as much damage as the ones in the A rank. He's as good as Lightning, as good as the other Genos. He have the 3rd highest single target hit that gives you, I think, 1,200% damage or 1,400% damage or attack. He's the only one to do that from the SR characters after whom? After Mustachio, after Snake and Stinger. Yeah, he's the 4th one or the 3rd one, but maybe as the same as Stinger, this damage that he does. But the thing is about him, you will get this for free, this for free, this for free, this for free, this for free. You don't need to build him up. That's why he's lower on the list. If you got him free instead of Lily, I would say focus on him. Don't focus on Lily. You understand now the logic, but why I put him in the B rank. It's not he's bad, he's okay, but why would you go and build other units that are SR instead of building SSR and stuff like that? So keep that in mind. Now, Golden Ball is another carry. Decent damage, okay damage, really good. Harder to master than others, so we can, of the balls and the shots and shit and stuff like that. But he's really okay. We'll have other carries, so it's not important for you to build him. He's even a lower priority than the others because he's harder to master, and that's all. Smile Man, one of my best characters. Actually, if I'm not biased, I'll put him in S category because of the damage that he does for an SR character. He does a lot of damage. He's so hard to master. I love to play him. I love his mechanic, the skill. Throw the ball, deal damage, get the ball, retry again. Unbelievable gameplay. I love to play him. He's my main. I love him so much. Yet he's super hard. If you don't like this kind of torturing yourself, don't play him. End of story. Okay? He's good. He's so good. Damage so good. He's so hard to play. Again, Rider. Again, another unit that is hard to play with the dodge mechanic and when you go and slide on your bicycle, transform your bicycle, pick it up in your hand, hit the enemies. Also a little bit hard. So I would say do the characters that they already gave you. They gave you Genos. You have Genos here. You got Lightning, Lily, and Saitama. You can play these 4 until you get something else better. Don't go for Rider. Don't go for Smile Man. They're good. They have their stages. They will ask you for the story. They probably will use them in somewhere. but you can play the game without them. This is why they're lower on the tier. Now, Terrible Tornado, she's the new upcoming featured banner. But for these characters, and King is coming later, Samurai is coming later, Prisoner Sonic is coming later, and the hero Saitama is coming later. But the first character is Terrible Tornado. And that's concluding everything. And that concludes this for our tier list. Let me know what do you think about the tier list that I did. Very comprehensive tier list. I did it by logic. I tested every single character that you see here. And this is the outcome that we got. Again, pay attention. All of these units, you can use them. There's hard units, there's easy units to play and master, and there's all of them are useful in some scenario, but there's units that you can just not do so much effort to play the game for. And yeah, that was it for the video. If you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe. If you didn't, I thank you for watching. And as always, stay frosty. Peace.